What motivates you during a race and training for a race?
I think part of it's just proving to myself that I can do it. I think a lot of it's proving it to people that have always doubted me. I think part of it is that. I mean, I think anybody who competes always has that motivation. You know, anybody who said they can't do it, they shouldn't try, it can't be done. You know, you always want to send a big FU to those people and say, oh, yeah, well, I did it. You know, during a race, it's just, you know, I always keep that in the back of my mind. Anger kind of fuels me a little bit. Just hearing the words of people saying I can't do it and I can't do this. You know, that keeps me going. I mean, that's what kind of pushed me to the finish line yesterday. Was that I was in so much pain that just hearing people doubt me was just kind of pushing me along. You know, I mean, I had to prove that I'd at least finish it.
After yesterday's race, are you confident in how Florida's going to go?
It's funny. Yes and no. Yes, I'm confident that I understand what I'm doing physically. I'm on the right track there. I got to figure out the leg cramp thing, the muscle cramps. That is what killed me. That's what's going to destroy me in Florida in November. And hopefully, pray to God that swim is not nearly as bad as it was yesterday, because that swim destroyed a lot of people. It wasn't just me. I mean, I finished it and kept going, but there was a lot of people that didn't make it out. You know, and had I been one to get seasick, I probably would have been vomiting. I thought I was going to throw up towards the end of the swim because the waves were just getting crazy. So hopefully the swim's a little bit more calm. I think if I had to do 2 laps yesterday, I would have tapped out. I would have tapped out after the first one and said, nope, I'm not doing it again. But if the swim's calm, I think I'll do good on the bike. And if I can get the muscle cramp part figured out, then the run will be better.
I know I did the 70.3. Why are you doing Ironman Florida?
Because when I ran North Carolina, it was only 84.6 miles. And I want to do the whole 140.6 to say that I did it. Right? You know, yes, according to the race, I am an Ironman. I have completed an Ironman. But I don't feel like I have earned it yet, just because I didn't do the full distance. You know, like you can't run a 5K and say you're a marathoner. It just doesn't work, right? That's not how things are. So the fact that I didn't finish the full distance of an official Ironman kind of pissed me off. So I'm doing Ironman Florida just as retribution for that.
If North Carolina was the full distance, would you be doing this race?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be doing Florida. Maybe I'd be doing something else. Would I even be doing triathlon? I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that one. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Road to Ironman 2019. Today is Tuesday, May 14th, and as of yesterday, we were back at the gym. I'm feeling really good today. Yesterday, we did chest and tris and a little bit of cardio. Today, I'm going to do back and biceps and more cardio as well. My legs are feeling pretty good after Saturday's race. It wasn't my best performance, but we'll talk about that later. For now, we're just going to hit the gym so I can get to work because I'm on nights for the next 2 weeks, and that means my schedule's all kind of jacked up, and I don't really appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and hit back and biceps and then some cardio, and I will talk to you later. All right, so we just got done with 20 minutes of lifting, 20 minutes of cardio. I'll talk about the programs I'm doing in just a minute, or in just a little bit. One of these upcoming episodes, or now I gotta catch my breath. Damn.
What's up, guys? So it's Wednesday. I don't really care about the date. May 15th, maybe, something like that. My voice sounds like shit, not because I'm getting sick, but because I've been teaching last 2 nights, and you know, I talk loud when I teach, and I get excited. I talk a lot, pretty much for 6 hours. I'm just talking. Today, I have a dentist appointment. It is 7:25 right now, so it's like crazy early, and I'm really tired. But I have a dentist appointment, and then after the dentist, I am going to the gym to get my body scan done. I haven't done one in a little over a year, like an official body scan check my bone density, my muscle mass, my body fat, find out where my I know where my trouble areas are, but I want to see it on the printout. Last time I did one was a little over a year ago, so it'd be fun to just see how I've changed over the last year and a half or so. Because I think last time I did was January of 2018, before the gym even opened up. So that's what we're gonna do today. Then after I get the body scan done, I'm gonna do some cardio because, well, it's Wednesday. I don't have to lift today. I'll be back lifting tomorrow morning, and that'll be fun because it's shoulder day, and I like shoulder day. Shoulder's my favorite workout to do, in case you didn't know that. I absolutely love working shoulders. The pump isn't going to be there because it's not that kind of workout, but it'll be fun to just work shoulders again because I like working shoulders. So that is what is on tap today, and then of course we got work again I got to be at work at 12:30 today, which sucks because I'll be there. It's another 10-hour day at work. I mean, it is what it is, right? It pays the bills. I hate working nights, for the record. But what can you do, right? Just do what you're going to do to get paid, and that's it. I'm working on some other things, but until those things start picking up traction, I really can't bitch and moan about my day job. So my day job is what it is, even though it's a night job right now. I gotta make a lunch before I go into work, and that's that. So that's what's on tap. It is what it is. Maybe later I'll talk about what went wrong this week. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, guys? So I did my body fat scan. I'm done with the dentist. I'm at the gym now, as you can see. My kick-ass trainer, Lindale's right there, right? So I'm gonna go drink my pre-workout, get a 20-minute cardio workout in, and then I gotta go to work. So bottoms up. All right, guys, so what's going on? It is Thursday morning. I'm feeling much better. I got about 8 or 9 hours of sleep last night. Obviously, my voice sounds like shit still. I don't know if it's coming back from the race or if it's just me teaching in class all the time. Because basically I'm talking for 6 hours straight, which kind of sucks, 6 or 7 hours, and I hate that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I wanted to go over this before I go into the gym and hit shoulders today. I got yesterday, I don't know if you guys can see one of these in-body body scan tests yesterday, and I got one back in 2018, January 2018, when the gym was getting ready to open up, and I haven't got one since, not because I don't want one, just because it's, the trainer's got to be there, and when I was coming to the gym, I'd get here at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and they weren't here. They don't get until 8:30, 9 o'clock sometimes. But I did it yesterday because I figured, you know what, screw it. I'm on nights. I'm working nights, so I can come in when they're here, and I got one of the trainers to give me one of the scans. And I just wanted to quickly talk about, the progress I've made over the last year and change. Really, it's kind of from like September, because I wish I would have got one in September or at least halfway through the year to kind of see where we're at. But I figured, you know what? We're about to start 25 weeks of training for an Ironman. Let's at least get a baseline now and compare it to where we were a year ago. So I'll put a picture on one of the sides. I don't know where I'm going to put it, and just kind of so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. My weight in the last year and 4 months or whatever, I've dropped like 28 pounds or something like that, right? So I'm really stoked about that. Of that 32 pounds. Of that 32 pounds, only 9 pounds of it, or 9.5 pounds of it, has been muscle mass. Now, when training for, extreme cardio stuff, you totally expect to lose muscle mass. So the loss of skeletal muscle mass, whatever, was not something that I didn't anticipate already. I expected it. I expected to lose some mass, but I lost about 9 pounds of mass, right? So I'm pissed off about it, but I'm not at the same time. My body fat dropped 3.1%, so I'm cool with that. And my water only went up 0.002, which is kind of like, all right, cool. So what does all that mean? Well, it means I have, of the 234 pounds that I weighed yesterday, 178 pounds of lean mass, and body fat was at like 24%, which the hand one says it's lower than that, but that's why you get these to get more accuracy. I lost 30 pounds in the last year and change, but only 9 pounds of mass, which means I am really getting rid of body fat. Whatever I'm doing is getting rid of body fat, and that's kind of the goal. So, weight is weight. Weight, could be water, weight could be muscle, weight could be fat tissue, weight could be a lot of different things. When you get yourself scanned, you know exactly what kind of weight you're losing. And in this case, this proved that I'm actually losing fat more than muscle. Okay, I expect to lose a few more pounds of muscle over the next 25 weeks, and I'm okay with that, because after this race, I can always lift and bulk up again, and I'm not too, upset that I'll gain mass really quickly. But I want to really make sure that I'm going after the body fat, which according to the scan, I am. So we have body fat mass, 56 pounds of fat. In 25 weeks, the goal is to cut that at least in half. So in 25 weeks, I want to have at least less, 25 pounds or less of fat left on my body. And that would be awesome for me. So if that's 25 pounds, that puts me at like 210 weight-wise. I figure I'll lose another 3-4 pounds of mass. That puts me like 206 weight-wise. I'm okay with that. Obviously, if we can go lower, we go lower over the next 25 weeks. But the goal is to get at least 25 pounds of fat lost over the next 25 weeks. So I can do it. I think I can do it over 25 weeks. I'd like to do it quicker than that. Let's see what happens, all right? So I'm going to go hit shoulders, and then after that, if I can get some clips of shoulders, because it's a pretty quick workout, then I will talk to you about what happened at the race this past weekend, and what I need to do going forward to improve that, all right? Lifting is done. Time to get a little stair step workout with Sean T, doing a little Transform 20 on top of the lifting workout that I'm done. I'll talk about that one day soon, I promise. But I got 20 minutes with that son of a bitch that I gotta get done. So here we go. All right, so let's talk about what happened last weekend at the race. Let's talk about how the race started, how I felt going into the race, and what I think went wrong during the race. So Thursday and Friday felt good. Friday, we went there, we headed down. I felt rushed Friday going into the race. That was my fault. It was my fault because I didn't take the highway. I took, the coast ride, and, there was just slow people on the road the whole way there. So we got to the hotel or the condo at like 3:40, and I had to check in at 4. So I felt really rushed going in, but once we checked in, everything kind of felt good. We relaxed, we ate a big dinner, I had a ton of carbs. I went to bed at about like 9:30, so I felt really good the night before. I didn't sleep well. I was up probably around 2:30. The bed was uncomfortable, the sheets were loud. Every time one person moved, the other person heard and felt it. So that was kind of annoying. I could hear the wind, I could hear the waves crashing outside my window because we were right on the beach. So that kind of sucked because the waves just sounded really big. And obviously, that plays in your mind a little bit, especially if you're going into a race where you have to swim in that water. So I kind of, tried not to let that bother me. 4 o'clock I was up. I think was up before my alarm went off. And then I just kind of went out. I think I was up at 3 out of bed, and I went in the other room because it was hot in my room. And I just kind of sat there for an hour, just kind of waking up. 4 o'clock, I got up, ate breakfast, ate everything I normally eat. Oatmeal, my shake, banana, peanut butter. I got my bags packed. Out the door to transition by about 4:30, 4:45. Set up transition, I had no problems there. Then I get to the beach, and you can see the waves, and the waves, as you saw last week in the video, absolutely sucked. They were, about 4 to 6 foot swells. They were breaking pretty hard. There was a top current. There was an undertow, or a rip current, whatever the hell you want to call it. So obviously we're sitting there going, holy shit, how are we gonna swim this? This is gonna suck monkey nuts. But we did it. I swam. I knew I had an hour 20 to get out of the water, so I positioned myself with the 50 to 55 minute swim group, just because you seed yourself based on your expected time, self-seeding that way. So I seeded myself in the 50 to 55 minute group. I figured if I'm faster, I'll pass people. If I'm slower, people will pass me, but hopefully I get done in under an hour 20. And I made the first turn, which is about 900 something yards out, and I looked at my watch, and I was 22 minutes into the swim, so I felt great. I was like, cool, I got this, halfway there, almost halfway there with 22 minutes. Great. Made the second turn, and that's where things got tough because the water, again, the top current was pushing you into shore, but then the undercurrent was pulling you back. So at times you almost felt like you were swimming in place. And that sucked. I was getting tossed around. I had this one dude who kept swimming over top of me. I hated that. I had to let him pass, and he'd zigzag this way, he'd swim this way. And he just had no care whatsoever for anybody else. And he would swim, and if you were in his path, he was swimming over top of you. He didn't care. That kind of movie. The last 150 yards, I was kind of just trying to see if I could touch the bottom, and a wave came over and ripped my goggles off my head. So I lost my goggles with 150 yards left to swim. Had to swim like this with my eyes closed so I didn't get salt water in them. That sucked. Made it out of the swim in 50 minutes, and I felt okay. My stomach was kind of bothered because the churning in the water and the near seasickness feeling. But I made it out of the water. I was fine. I was thrilled to be out with 30 minutes to spare. So I couldn't really complain about the swim. I did it. I got out. We moved on, and that was that. So I made it into transition. Got set up and got my stuff on transition. I felt good, had a little shower on the way out there, had my Gatorade in transition. There's a couple sips of Gatorade, nothing spectacular, and on my way I went. I knew where I was going to hit what they call lighting a match, which is where you pretty much go harder, for a small period of time. I knew there was 3 places on the course I wanted to really drop the hammer like that and light my matches. And I felt really good on the bike. I started going off on the bike. I was just cruising. I wasn't really pushing myself. And at one point I looked down, I saw 24 miles an hour on my watch. So I'm going, holy shit, am I going too fast? You start panicking a little bit, thinking you're doing too much work because I'm passing everybody. Like it took probably about 15 miles before somebody passed me. And like, you know, I passed more people than I got passed by, which was alarming for me. We had a tailwind going out for the first 28 miles, and I felt great. We did the turnaround, you know, and I was eating every 10 miles, or every 5 miles. Every 5 miles I had salts. I had 48 ounces of Gatorade on the bike. So I was following my nutrition plan, following the way I trained, following everything I had ingested before the race, you know, during training runs, which is where you're supposed to try these things out. And everything seemed on the bike to go according to plan. I you know, on the way back, the headwind wasn't that strong. I had ridden headwinds with hills. So headwinds on a flat, you know, was nothing I was concerned with. I didn't feel like I lost a lot of speed. I think my Garmin said I lost like a mile and a half on average. So, I mean, I was cool with that. I think on the way out, I averaged 20 and a half, and on the way back, I averaged like 18 and a half or 19, something like that. So I was perfectly fine with that. My bike average was like 19 and a half. I got done with the bike in 2 hours and 50 minutes. I hit that illustrious sub-3 bike like everybody usually tries for. I got it. It's the second time I've got it during a 70.3. And as you can see, my bike, there's nothing special about it. I don't have performance wheels. I've not upgraded one component on that. That entire bike, with the exception of the bag under the seat and the bag in the middle bar right there, is completely stock from the manufacturer, right? So it's not about the bike. I've always known that it's about how well you train. You know, it's about these things, about your engine, right? Not about the bike. When I had performance wheels on there, I did not get that fast. I took everything off. I went back to basics, 19.5. I'm okay with that, all right? For November, I want to get a little over 20, 20.5, 21 maybe, if I can, so I have time to work on that. Transition 2, again, I got off the bike. I felt really good. I took my energy goo at mile 50. So, you know, 56, I'm done with the bike. I went to the bathroom in transition. I was feeling okay. I was like, all right, cool, I can hold it. Let me go while it's in here in transition. I jogged out of transition. I saw my wife and the kids, and I kissed them, and you know, they were like, yeah, you're doing great. And I went and started the run, and about half mile into the run, I felt the top of my leg, right? This muscle here, like the teardrop, and the outer quad muscle. Like the first 4 inches on my leg start cramping. And I was immediately pissed off because that's exactly what happened in Miami. Only Miami had started around mile 2.5. So I started walking, right? Trying to walk the cramp off because you really can't do anything for a muscle cramp, right? So the cramp went away in about a half a mile, and I'd start jogging again. About 1/10 to 2/10 of a mile later, the cramp came back again. And it was just the whole 13.5 miles. This muscle right here, I could have massaged it. I couldn't massage it. I was trying to keep on walking. Happened on this leg. It happened on this leg. It never got above here on either leg. So if you can see, it never got above here on either leg, all right? But then the calf started cramping, and the top of the calf, not the bottom calf, part of the calf, but the top. And that started to hurt. At one point, I was running, and my calf locked up in this position. And it was like dancing up here. Like it totally seized. And you know, somebody on the run course actually saw it and immediately started giving me more of their salt. Like I didn't have any of my own. That was the most frustrating part, was that the cramping on the bike or on the run. I had salts. I was eating bananas. On the run, every aid station I had another banana or two. So sodium and potassium levels should have been great. I was drinking Gatorade every aid station, which was about every 1.5 miles or so. I'd have a couple cups of water, and then I'd have Gatorade, a glass of Coke just to kind of settle my stomach a little bit because it was starting to get upset. And then I have a banana and, you know, put some ice, you know, cool me down, you know, dump some water on my head with some ice down my shirt. And I did that every mile, and the cramps just did not go away. That's where everything kind of went haywire. I knew I had enough time left on the ride. I had like 4 hours to get 4.5 hours to get everything done before I wouldn't be an official finisher. So that not being an official finisher never crossed my mind. But my goal of setting a PR on that course did. And that's the time I was watching. And as I, the more I got closer to like the halfway point, and I knew at 6 miles I had like an hour or just under an hour left to hit the PR, and it had already taken me an hour and a half to get 6 miles. So I knew there was no shot at a PR. It was just finish while still moving. Don't throw in the towel, don't quit, don't take the timing chip off, don't tell anybody you're hurting because you are, and just keep on going. And that's what I did. My wife yelled at me a couple times on the course trying to motivate me. I almost punched her in the face. I'm not gonna lie about that. She knows that, there's certain things, certain times a day you can get up in my shit and really kind of motivate me like that. When I can't move my legs and I'm in pain and I'm struggling to like move forward is not the time to yell at me. But she didn't know that. She knew I was cramping. She didn't know how bad it was. I wouldn't tell her how bad it was until after the race. So there was that. So eventually I finished the race, and it was like the worst time. It was the first time I'd ever been over 7 hours for a race, and I want to say it was like 7:22. My PR was 6:39. So I was almost like, it was the worst race I'd ever had. But I was still an hour and 8 minutes away from not being an official finisher. So I was okay with that. But I'm obviously not happy about my performance. I'm not happy about it. So where can I make changes to my training now? I'm going to keep the Gatorade. I'm going to keep the solid nutrition. I'm going to keep doing the bricks because I felt prepared. I knew I could, if the cramps would go away on the run, I was able to continue running. The only reason I wasn't running was because I couldn't move my legs like that, and it hurt to walk because of the cramps. The biggest thing I think after talking to other triathlon coaches and other triathletes is I need a magnesium supplement. So I need like a magnesium citrate or something like that because that's the only electrolyte that I was kind of I wasn't able to get on the course was magnesium. Luckily, I have a supplement for that I'm going to start testing in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to show you guys what that is when the time comes. But that has formulated magnesium content, in the supplement. So it's basically magnesium, sodium, potassium. It's all pretty much electrolytes in this mix, right? So I'm going to try that out. I have a 30-day supply of that. I'm going to give that a shot in the next couple weeks when I start training with it. It was given to me by the manufacturers to test it out. So I'm going to do that for them, and I'm going to blast it on Instagram a little bit. I'm going to do the whole social media thing with that. So if you want to know how I'm doing as I do it, follow my Instagram account. My Instagram is going to be listed right about now. So feel free to follow me on Instagram with that, and I'll let you know how that goes. So if you are a triathlete and you're going, well, shit, I cramp up too. I have salts and I eat the bananas and I can't figure out what the hell's going on. Maybe this supplement will work for you as well. And you can I have a code. If you want the code when I start talking about it, you can get a discount on that. Moving forward, here's my plan for the next few months. Right now we're still in weight loss mode. I'm taking 4 weeks off from doing any kind of triathlon stuff. So I'm already a couple days into that. I'm 4 days into that plan. I'm going to try to lose about another 20 pounds during the next 4 weeks because I feel really good about that. Then the next 4 weeks, I'm going to try to lose 20 pounds in the next 8 weeks. But the first 4 weeks is going to be without triathlon stuff. The second 4 weeks of that 8-week period is going to be, I'm going to add like 1 swim, 1 bike, 1 run per week. Just to kind of get, knock the rust off and kind of loosen those muscles up again, just to kind of get them used to doing what they're supposed to do one more time. Then I have a trip to Indianapolis, and that's when after I get back from that, triathlon training is really going to kick up. It's going to be a lot of doubles, a lot of strength training, a lot of cardio. I'm going to kick up. I have swim workouts that are drills, swim workouts that are distance, bike that are drills and distance, and then runs at speed and distance. So I'm going to have like 6 days a week where I'm doing doubles, and 1 day a week where I'm just kind of, maybe one workout will be a stretch, kind of like a recovery day. I'm going to hammer down another nutrition plan. I like what I was doing I really did like the nutrition plan I had. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna add this extra magnesium supplement to kind of see if that helps out a lot. I'm gonna start taxing my body again because it's hot. I'm gonna start doing most of my workouts in the heat just to kind of see if I can replicate those conditions. Because I don't know what's gonna happen in November. November, it could either be hot, it could be cool, it could be sunny, it could be not, it could be cloudy, it could be shit weather, it could be warm weather, it could be cold weather. I don't know what's gonna happen in November, but I gotta be prepared for anything. You know, it's the Gulf, it's Gulf Coast, man. That's the deal. So that's the plan moving forward. Do I regret the work? Do I regret Gulf Coast at all? Not a chance, man. I mean, the time sucked, and I get it. You're not always gonna PR every race you do. You go into it, the way I go into things is I try for a PR. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. You know, I'm not gonna dwell on the fact that I didn't PR the race. I finished the race. I have the medal, I have my name crossing, I have the video of me crossing, I have, you know, the finishers, the stuff. Cool, right? I finished the race. I'm allowed to not be happy with my performance. It's okay. As a competitive person, I'm allowed to not be happy with my performance, and I'm okay with that. So if you ask me about the race and I say, man, you know, it was a shit race or it was complete trash, whatever, the course, the venue, everything about it like that, was fine. It had nothing to do with it. The only thing that was trash was my performance. That's it. So from here on, it's just a matter of working, getting stronger, getting leaner, and then building up my endurance again for Ironman Florida, which is also in Panama City. And I'm excited for it. You know, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kind of knock this out. I really want to see what I can do when I have, you know, this whole 24, I have like 24 weeks left, 24 and a half, 24 weeks left right now to train. And I'm only going to take about 16 of that to actually train for triathlon because I'm still in Ironman, I'm not in Ironman shape, but just coming off the 70.3, I'm not going to lose that much while still working out. So it's just pretty much just getting back to work, putting it in. You know, there's really not much else to say about it. So if you have questions on what I'm doing or you want comments, drop them below and, you know, I'll get to them. And I'd love to hear your input on this thing, on my training, on what you see from me, what you think I should do, what supplements you use. Let's have a conversation back and forth, right? Obviously, just, you know, don't be an asshole in the comments. And if you like this video, if you like the series so far, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, you know, share the videos, whatever. Let people know if you're in the triathlon community. Share the videos. You know, I'm going to keep them going. Like I said, I got 24 more weeks of this shit. So you're going to get a lot of stuff from me. You're going to talk about nutrition. I'm going to show you more about my workouts. I'm going to show you more about things I'm doing, supplements I'm trying, supplements I'm using. And like I said, it's a journey. It's not just me doing this for me. I'm taking you on this journey, how I'm training. Maybe I inspire you to do this, maybe I don't. But, you know, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Comment below if you have any questions or comments or whatever. You know, encouraging questions, encouraging comments, whatever. I'm cool with that. So I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you in the next episode, which is coming out, well, obviously next week. So enjoy, and I'm out.